kingdom that spoke Chinese before China arrived. What if I told you that deep in the heart of the African savanna, hidden for centuries, lie the ruins of a ghost city? A city of towering stone walls, built with a geometric precision that rivals the Incas, all constructed without a single drop of mortar. And what if I told you that scattered in the dust of this royal city, archaeologists found treasures from the other side of the world, delicate blue and white porcelain from Ming Dynasty China? The immediate question that leaps to mind is an astonishing one. Did this ancient African kingdom speak Chinese? The answer to that question is far more complex and infinitely more incredible than you can imagine. It's a story of power, global trade, and a history that was deliberately misunderstood. This is Great Zimbabwe. In the language of its people, the Shona, it means great houses of stone, and they are truly great. For over 300 years, from the 11th to the 15th century, this was the bustling capital of a mighty empire, a city that was home to as many as 20,000 people. When London was a town of wooden thatch, Great Zimbabwe was a metropolis of granite. Before we move on to the next part of this story, I have a quick favor to ask. We are working hard to uncover more of these vital cultural and historical narratives, and we have so much more planned to share with you. If you're enjoying this journey, please help our channel grow by subscribing to TheInsight-Africa or following and ringing the notification bell. It's a small click for you, but it makes a massive difference for us and ensures you never miss a new discovery. All right, let's continue. When the first European explorers stumbled upon these ruins in the 19th century, they were so stunned, so blinded by their own prejudice that they refused to believe it was built by Africans. They concocted elaborate fantasies, claiming it must have been built by the Queen of Sheba or ancient Phoenician sailors. To them, the idea of such a sophisticated indigenous African civilization was simply impossible. But they were wrong. Dead wrong. The people of Great Zimbabwe, the ancestors of today's Shona people, were master architects, skilled cattlemen, and above all, brilliant economists. Their kingdom sat atop a vast reservoir of wealth, gold. And it was this gold that plugged them into the world's first global economy. Now, about that Chinese porcelain. For decades, the discovery of these delicate shards alongside Persian ceramics and Arab glass beads was a confounding puzzle. How did the treasures of the Far East end up in a landlocked kingdom in southern Africa, centuries before Europeans even dreamed of rounding the continent's southern tip? The answer lies not on land, but on the sea. Great Zimbabwe was the powerful inland source of a vast trade network that culminated on the East African coast. Think of it like a modern supply chain. First, gold and ivory were procured from the rich lands controlled by the Mambo, the king of Great Zimbabwe. This immense wealth was then transported hundreds of miles to the legendary Swahili coast to bustling port cities like Sofala and Kilwa. These ports were the multicultural hubs of their day, where African, Arab, Persian, and Indian merchants haggled in the markets. It was here on the coast that the real exchange happened. Swahili sailors, masters of the monsoon winds, would sail their dhows loaded with African gold and ivory across the vast Indian Ocean trade network. In the ports of Arabia, India, and eventually the Straits of Southeast Asia, they traded with merchants who had direct links to Imperial China. Those merchants returned with the most sought-after luxury goods of the era, vibrant silks, intricate glasswork, and the ultimate status symbol, that beautiful blue and white porcelain crafted in the kilns of the Ming Dynasty. These goods traveled back to the Swahili coast and then journeyed inland, making their final stop in the royal courts of Great Zimbabwe. So, the people of Great Zimbabwe did not speak Chinese. They spoke an early form of the Shona language. They never needed to. They were at the very top of a sophisticated, tiered trade system. The porcelain wasn't evidence of a Chinese colony, it was proof of their immense power. It was a sign that the king of Great Zimbabwe was so wealthy, so influential, that he could acquire the finest treasures from the furthest superpower on the planet. This kingdom built its identity on its own terms with its own culture, language, and spiritual beliefs, symbolized by the iconic Zimbabwe bird carvings found throughout the city. They weren't an outpost of anyone. They were a center of their own world, a world that stretched its economic tendrils across the globe. The eventual decline of Great Zimbabwe in the 15th century remains a topic of debate. perhaps due to shifting trade routes or the land no longer being able to support its large population. But its legacy is undeniable. It stands as a silent, powerful rebuke to the myth of an isolated, dark continent. Africa was never waiting to be discovered. It was a vibrant, innovative, and deeply connected part of the global story from the very beginning. The story of Great Zimbabwe isn't just about stone and gold. It's a testament to a connected, powerful, and ingenious African past that has been misunderstood and overlooked for far too long. These are precisely the kinds of stories we are dedicated to unearthing here at TheInsight-Africa. If you believe these hidden histories deserve a spotlight and you want to join us on this journey of discovery, then make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell. There are so many more whispers from the past, so many more great houses of stone waiting for their stories to be told. Join us as we piece together the true history of a continent. Cheers.